Let's move on to Highlanders CEO Ronald Moyo, who has acknowledged that there were gate leakages during their match day 3 clash with FC Platinum. Also reported attendance figures at a little over 11,000, despite television images showing the stadium at close to full capacity. Moyo admitted that several fans might have entered the stadium without paying, but added that the club was looking at ways of limiting the leakages.
The system that the PSL, our stakeholders use, to count the number of people who access the stadium is through the sale of tickets. But you're not taking away the fact that I think we have seen that happening very often, that there are some people, especially in high-profile matches, where in terms of your security personnel, you tend to come short, especially if you didn't anticipate a huge crowd where people access the stadium through unorthodox means. That might have happened as well. But the long and short of it is that we are engaging our key stakeholders to make sure that we deal with that going forward in terms of the leakages that I'm talking about. Not necessarily the issue of figures, because it's difficult to tell. For instance, we're talking about leakages. We can't have a situation whereby you have 10,000 leakages, where I saw some members of the media claiming that it was a full capacity stadium. We know that the full capacity of Barberfield Stadium is plus or minus 23,000. So it's something that we are faced with. But what I know is that even if there are those leakages, including people who are privileged to access the venue without necessarily paying through their privilege cards, you can't have a number of more than 2,000 of such people.
Ronald Moyo, he is the Chief Executive Officer at Highlanders Football Club. And, we touched briefly on this issue because and now you hear 11,000 going to watch that game. The official capacity for Barberfield Stadium, the figures are around 23,000. So you want to do the math there. My math is very poor, by the way. But 23 minus 11, that gives you around 12,000. So leakages of 12,000, even if you want to look at the privilege cards, how many journalists do we have? Or those that came from other teams? It can't be 12,000, can it be?
It can be.
But my brother, Mr. Moyo, just said there are leakages through probably some people being let in by the security. So it's something that they are also going to look at. There was probably the same challenge during at the Dynamos match at the weekend, where they only had...
we had about 6,000.
Yeah, about 6,000. But then it was because the challenges came when people wanted to get onto the pitch, but there were only three or four gates that were open.
Okay.
And people they were not served quick enough. And then they ended up getting in for free. So 6,000, and you look at the numbers.
How do you get in for free?
You get in for free.
Let's suppose there were 4 gates open. How then do you get in for free?
Howard, when you were there, we were waiting to start commenting. They were jumping over the gates. Yes.
You should have alerted me.
So because now they could not control, because you know what happened was Dynamos had the first move in probably the second minute, and there was a roar from the crowd, and those ones outside
started jumping.
They couldn't wait. They just pushed the gates and everything. So I think we need to move to pre-match sales of tickets. We cannot keep on going to the stadium, and also Mr. Mashinga was saying we did not anticipate such a crowd.
Like how?
I don't know how that happens. Why don't you just bring the tickets, and then if they are leftovers, then you use them for the next match? Isn't it better
not like
that way?
food, right?
Howard,
maybe the tickets are written Dynamos versus...
Howard, I think we need entertainment before the main match, so that people will come earlier, so that pasite challenge magenta kavurwa 4 or ichi, because a lot of people are coming into the stadium around 10 to 3 and 5 to 3. Some are getting in even after 3. And
you think entertainment is going to change that?
But if there's entertainment, Howard, and even an hour or 2 hours before the main match. And
what time do you go to the stadium?
In the Stadium, past 2.
Okay. It's
because kune kusina entertainment handingangosvike kwekwe ndosvikogara ngomateresi ndakapeta maoko nzungu asati dzauya madrinks acho asati auya.
It's okay.
Vanogocha nyama vave vanenge vachangotanga kubatidza moto saka was there
you're going to the stadium for many things, I see.
You know what, before you go, like I'm actually enjoying this. These are the problems we want to have in our football, that there are fans maybe...
Good problems.
These are good problems. It's better than saying people are not coming to the stadium. Now it's just about, all right, when they come, how can we create an organized system for all the clubs to benefit? And I think key to that is a match day experience. Create a match day experience so that fans enjoy before, during, and after the game.
Match day experience, Nzungu, Nyama.
But but the numbers are already coming, whether there is match day experience or not.
The numbers are coming late more. That's what we are saying. They are coming late.
They're coming for the match.
Yeah, what I'm saying,
but if you create a match day experience, you give them something to be early for.
But what I'm saying is, if I come at 5 minutes to 3 before the match, I should have access to the match without any challenges. It doesn't matter there is match day, what or what. I have to come in when I want.
We understand. We understand that. We understand. Instead of 10,000, like you say, coming in at 5 to 3 or 5 past 3, they would come a bit earlier. They'll come earlier. Ninyama. Vakwanisa kutenga nzungu.
Pitch yako ndinayo uchidya kusadza before bora saka itoita easy.